We have seen this Dolphins team run up and down the field on a whole lot of teams out there.
We
mentioned it last week, even though they didn't score a whole bunch against the 49ers.
There
were guys open.
Exactly.
Tua just was off in that game.
Right.
So were there as many guys open, and was it all on Tua's shoulders why they did not have a better game offensively this time?
No, it wasn't as Tua centric as it was last week, right? I mean, last week, as we said,
which is crazy because you could make the argument 10-28 for Tua. You're like, oh, it definitely was all on him, but you think it was less all on him.
I think it was less all on him. There's still some plays where certainly you look at and you go, come on, first play of the game, Tyreek Hill's man-to-man with a low he it's gone. It's a 70-yard touchdown. He underthrows it. Had the post down the middle, right, to Tyreek Hill. I mean, he's gone. And for some reason, he threw it really early, and the ball landed at like the 34-yard mark. Post routes aren't completed at 34 yards, so Tyreek Hill was like just coming out of his break and just hitting that top speed of like, oh, okay, now I'm pulling away, and he turned around, and the ball was hitting the ground. So he definitely left some yards and some plays on the field. There's no question about that. But, not as much as the week before.
Yeah.
This week, some of the incompletions and things were, well, that's pretty good coverage. You go, I'd like him to give the guy a little bit more of a chance, right? We saw some of those balls like on the sideline and stuff that like went out of bounds and he gave the guy no chance. I didn't love that, but it wasn't like, oh, he's open and that should be hit. That's what we saw last week. Mm-hmm. This week was a little bit more of like, no, this was a good defensive game plan, and they really took away and posed some problems from the offense where they're going to have to adjust a little bit.
Every playoff team in the AFC is now diving into this tape.
Yeah,
and what
100%.
The Chargers did. It's 100%. Exactly what you did yesterday.
Yes.
What'd you see?
Well, and it's a little bit more man-to-man than I think teams have played them for. And I think especially in first and second down. Right? So early on in the game, it was kind of just regular man-to-man. And, what did it do? It took away all the quick screens, the RPOs, none of that was there. So he was very flustered. The offense was flustered in general by that because he's going, wait, I'm doing the run fake or I'm supposed to give the ball off and, there's an extra guy in the box or that backside linebacker is being aggressive, which my rules are now to pull the ball and throw over to that vacated area. But when he would pull the ball, they were like, no, we're not playing zone today. We're going to be right here on him. And so now that quick slant over the middle off that RPO. Oh, that's not there. Oh, the quick out route. Oh, damn, no, that's not there. That's too dicey. It's too risky to throw that. Oh, the quick guy in the flat. Oh, boom. So they took away the first and second down easy completions through man-to-man. But the cool thing was, as the game went along, it became a little bit more of like a combination coverage type of thing. And where they would play cover two to one side, and it might be true two zone or two man, right? So, okay, we got a bunch of guys over there to kind of stop the passing strength where all the receivers and the tight end are. And then the backside, they would just go, you're playing man-to-man. Bump and run, play inside so they can't throw the backside slant, and you play man-to-man. And then that backside safety, he basically played like, if it's one of those guys from that cover two side cross and run a deep cross, I'm here to stop that. So that was a cool little twist they had. And, cover two sometimes and then two man with this backside man and then the backside safety looking for people to cross that way. That gave them some issues. And it's going to give their RPO and their play action pass game an issue. And what it did too is it goes, no, you're going to have to throw routes into tight coverage on the backside. And you're going to have to make plays that way. We're not just going to let you, your offensive coordinator, spread our zones and do all that, and then you just find a nice big hole. The touchdown he threw to Tyreek Hill, the go route, same type of thing. They didn't play two-man to the front side that time. That was a time where they rushed five, which I don't always love, but rushed five, played cover three zone to the front side, right, and had it all covered up, but they left the backside guy man-to-man. Tua made a great throw on a go route. Boom, touchdown. It's the risk you take, but I think it's like the risk is worth the reward a little bit. You got to take some risk against them. Like we talked about, it's too good of an offense to just think we're going to sit back and do what we do. You got to take calculated risks. That was the one they took throughout the night, and it paid off big time.
Teams have just been too scared to go man-to-man with
I think a
and
little
Waddle.
bit.
Two of the fastest receivers
Exactly
in football.
right. Exactly right. I think it's a little scary. But I think, what too, you can become a little comfortable is you start to go, wait, when they have 3 receivers to the right and Hill or Waddle on the backside, it's a limited route tree. It's a slant route. It's a go route, right? It's kind of like that, to where I think they start to say, hey, play a little inside. Don't let them run the slant. And, yeah, you might have a fade or a back shoulder coming. So, be ready to run and go that way. And they just took their chances there. But I do think it's something you're going to see, or you see a guy press him and then bail just to not let him run the go route, right? But, yeah, they're going to have some new answers for how they play this way. We've seen them, the Bills a little bit, and the Patriots in game 1 have a little bit better of a plan of RPOs than the rest. We'll see if this continues to build now that teams continue to get some evidence of how to defend it and stuff like that.
I mean, maybe they have to run it a little bit better. That was one of the criticisms about the offense after the game.
Yeah.
And the Chargers, the 92 rush yards that the Dolphins got in this game was the second fewest by any team versus the Chargers this year. Do you think they had more opportunities in the run game?
Yeah, and now listen, I understand the pass game and everything's been working all year, right, Ahmed? Like, it's just like, it's been killing it. But I think this was a game where you go, we ran for 9 on first down, and then on second and third we throw it, right? Or you run for 5, and then they run for 8, and then they throw it 3 plays in a row, and you just go, no, you got to stay with it here, or take the RPO check off a few times. There was definitely a few plays, and I see this in every game. Just a few RPO plays where I go, he pulled it, and I want to go, oh, if he gave the ball, the guy's going to run for 20 yards here. So yeah, I think it's something that is going to help them out if they would just run the ball a little bit more, especially in some of these tough AFC East weather condition type of games as well. And it'll stop people from cheating to, I'm not going to, at that backside backer, I'm going to stay here to stop the RPO because I don't think he's really going to hand the ball off and all that. It'll give it, a little bit more leverage or merit that way.
So the Dolphins at the Bills Saturday night. Cold, could be snowy. Buffalo's favored by 7.5. I mean, this is a game where 2 bad games in a row for Tua.
Yeah,
chatter out there. Oh, is he hurt? I mean, how is he playing this poorly? I mean, the offense clearly cannot function with him playing the way he's playing right now.
No, definitely not. He's got to play better, and he's got to take advantage of the opportunities that are there, and that's the big thing. You're playing teams now where. There's not a lot of wiggle room. So you miss 2 or 3 bombs that were like supposed to be 50-yard passes or a touchdown, and all of a sudden you go, the game's different. Well, yeah, you've missed some opportunities, and I think that's the thing we've seen the last few weeks where it's just we kind of got spoiled all year long of, great play design, got them easy plays, and then when they did have the opportunities down the field, he's been great all year, taking advantage of that. But the last 2 weeks has not been the case, and he has been off. And it's not necessarily, as I said on Monday, I just don't even like the look of some of the throws, as I said. And I could tell he's not feeling it right now. The ball's fluttering in the air a little bit. There's not as much pop as there was a few weeks ago. And I think there's a little indecisiveness because he's getting played a little bit of a different way the last few weeks, and things aren't as easy to where that's hurt him. And he's thrown to the most open receivers in football. It's not even close. He missed, 2 games? And he's got
20 more attempts to
20 more completions to 5 yards more separation, right? So he's by far that. The other weird thing with him is the more protection he has or the longer he has to throw the ball, the worse he is. Which tells you, again, when the RPOs and boom, the quick throws aren't there, he has to stand in the pocket and make throws. This is not his cup of tea. So, yeah, I'm going to have my eyes on Tua on Saturday night for sure. In the wind in Buffalo. Arms looked weak. He's been off as of late. And now you're going to play a defense that usually is creative and knows how to take away your tricks. It's certainly something to kind of tune in for.
And protecting Tua, you noted in your notes, too. They do have a little bit of trouble with that when the RPOs are not working.
Exactly right. When they got into the game of, we have to drop back now because we're behind and now we can't fake the speed sweeps and do all that stuff a little bit because it's third and whatever, or it's an obvious passing situation and no one's worried about us running the ball. yeah, now that doesn't allow the offense to protect Tua. And they're not a great pass protecting offense. They've been great this year protecting because of what we're talking about. The play actions, the RPOs, all the movement, as we've said a million times, right, makes everybody go, wait, oh, here comes the speed sweep. Oh, wait, no, he kept the ball. Now let me pass rush. And that's allowed him to throw from a lot of clean pockets. But, yeah, I would think that with Buffalo, New England on the horizon, he's going to see some things that are going to, stress that system a little bit. Thanks for watching, homies. Hit subscribe to see all my unbuttoned videos. You get to see me, Ahmed Fareed, all the big player breakdowns, game breakdowns, player interviews, and my film analysis. So please subscribe. Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Peace out.